Welcome to W.I.N with Richardson Richardson. What's important now? Success in business most often comes down to hard work, not by silver bullets and quick fixes. It's knowing where to focus that hard work that's key to winning. Join sales prospecting expert and 3-time seven-figure business founder Carrie Richardson and managing partner of R&R Consulting and former owner of Doberman Technologies, Ian Richardson, for radical honesty regarding strategic planning, accountability, and execution that will get you the systematic results you're working toward. Let's get into today's episode. Thought leader and your host, Ian Richardson.
Hello and welcome to W.I.N. I'm your host, Ian Richardson from Richardson Richardson Consulting. And today I'm joined by my friend, Jennifer Brine from aneufit. Jennifer, how are you today?
Hey, I'm great. How are you? We're so excited to be here. Thank you.
Oh, I'm super pumped to have you on. Thanks for taking the time to come on and share your story and about aneufit with the audience at W.I.N. Jennifer is aneufit's Chief Executive Officer. Through her experiences working in science and technology as a mechanical engineer, she has a keen understanding of kinesiology. Her background includes starting a company in wearable tech and piloting the prototypes with Mass General Hospital, which required extensive analysis of every part of the human body. Jennifer's real-life experiences have contributed to her knowledge in the care of older adults and the emotional toll that can take on their families. She understands the importance of an evidence-based framework for client programming and care. Her passion is helping older adults realize their untapped potential, gaining valuable education on musculoskeletal health, and to take part in their journey to a bolder, more independent life. Her role in aneufit is to bring to life a vision where adults age actively and independently. Jennifer, I gotta ask you, as a fellow workoutaholic, is it push, pull, leg, or cardio day today?
Oh gosh, you're going to really be surprised by the answer to this, but it's actually Spy School Day. And that's what we call a really fun mobility day.
That's awesome. I want Spy School Day. That just sounds like fun.
I know. I actually take a class called Spy School. It's really fun. And we act like spies and climb around on the ground and jump and do handstands. And it's pretty fun.
That is like my 11-year-old son and I are officially going to be in that space now.
Yes, I'll invite you guys. It's virtual, which is fun.
Oh, perfect. Perfect. So on Win, we always follow a format. This is the entrepreneurial podcast. We talk about business challenges and focuses, achievements and milestones that organizations have surpassed, and the opportunities that those executives are going to pursue next. Jennifer, when we were talking before the show, you had mentioned there's a huge focus at aneufit on virtual offerings. Specifically, you're working on getting clients into the platform because it allows you to focus on preventative care and helping people get into the journey of wellness and mobility and that strength training before they start having problems. Tell us about that and how you and your team are tackling that challenge.
Sure. I'm excited to tell you about that because there's a couple things. One is that our mobility starts to decline as early as age 30. And so my clientele tends to be 50 and 60 and over. And what we see a lot with that clientele is they feel like they don't need something like this. And I think that I really want to help educate us that our musculoskeletal system really thrives when we put load or weights on our body, when we help to grow our muscles. When we have that load on our body, it helps our body regenerate everything from cartilage to muscle growth. And it helps keep us active and fit. And I think a big misunderstanding for people is they don't need this, they don't need this. And then what happens is at some point they take a fall or suddenly they can't get off the ground when they've been working on their car. And that's when they call us. And of course, we can absolutely help you at that point. But we'd really love people to start to be empowered to do this sooner. So it doesn't get to a point where they need this, but instead they're really thriving instead of surviving.
Yeah, that resonates so hard with me. My father, who passed away last year, he was a big guy. He wasn't tall, just big. Um, but he was still able to move around, and he got sick back in 2012. He had a spinal fungal infection, and that put him into a wheelchair, and he had the capability to walk, but because he was kind of so far gone out of shape and everything, he didn't have that strength to to develop himself back up, and he never got back out of that chair. So that's such a key focus on making sure people are aware, like, hey, if that pounds of prevention has to be worth 10 pounds of cure.
Yeah, I appreciate you sharing that. I'm sorry to hear about your dad. Um, you're absolutely right, and I think it's hard sometimes to see that far into the future. It's really challenging, but the great benefits of fitness, as you know, because you seem like you participate in that, is that you also feel good after you do them. If I'm having a tough day or a long day and I just work out for even 20 minutes, I'm always feeling really, really good. So there's short-term impacts too. And the thing I like about virtual is you can do this in your home. And so you can get used to the routine. You don't need a ton of equipment. And it becomes something that's not a barrier. A lot of times we see people come into the gym, we use equipment, we love to have you there, but then you go home and you don't know how to translate that at home. So for a lot of people, we find it's easier to teach you how to do this with objects in your home that you can maintain this beyond us.
Yeah. You don't have to have a whole dumbbell set, right? You can take a gallon of milk and then
Yes.
do some Russian twists on the ground and move my milk back and forth.
Exactly. Or we can fill up a backpack and do some deadlifts.
Yeah. I love it. I love it. One of the big things you shared is something that's pretty exciting, and I've got mad respect for that. You and your team recently just won a $10,000 pitch challenge that was put on and funded through Enterprise and Citizens Bank in partnership with the city of Boston. Tell us about that pitch and about what you're going to use those funds for when it comes to investment into a new fit.
Sure. We're really excited about the opportunity to have participated in that pinch competition and won. Interrise is a streetwise MBA program that we actually did this past year, and it really gave us good insight into how to grow our business and how we can use this money most impactfully. So, in this pitch, we really went over our deep vision for a new fit, and we helped the audience understand. Look, right now, only 18% of decisions made in clinical settings are evidence based. So that means 82% of decisions made, yeah, are not. And with that, we want to help bring higher quality care to people who need it the most through what we do. So we're excited to share that vision, and we're even more excited that people see it and want to give us money for it. With that money, we really intend to use it in three different ways. One is to support nonprofits. We're going to be running a program in Boston with another nonprofit and helping use some of that money to co-fund that. So it's free to the people who participate. But one of the really exciting things we're also going to be doing with that is expanding opportunities that we have to reach wider and more diverse audiences. And hopefully we're going to actually talk about that next.
Yeah, that's such a creating the enablement for any audience, regardless of circumstance, to be able to participate in a service offering for an organization is huge, and especially one that's focused on wellness, because there has to be a lot of disadvantaged populations out there that just don't have access to the resources that you and I might have.
Exactly.
Now, so speaking of those different populations, there's a pretty awesome opportunity that you and your team are pursuing, and you're looking into building out programming for correctional facilities. Tell us more about that. And specifically, let's dive into how wellness can kind of help someone move back successfully into society upon release from a correctional facility. This is something that's near and dear to the heart at Richardson Richardson. Carrie, my business partner, did a huge amount of workforce readiness programming in a previous business that she owned. So Talk to us about that. Talk to us about the strategy, about the plan, and that impact that you and your team are making.
Absolutely. I'm really excited because the more that we've shared our vision, the more that people have come to us and made us aware that what we do could actually have a huge impact on correctional facilities and programming for those facilities. So we use a fully evidence-based framework for movement reactivation. When I say that, a lot of people really have no idea what I'm talking about. But to break that down, we don't just do fitness. And a lot of people say they do holistic fitness, but ours really goes beyond that with our training. We're trained in pain science and we're trained in how to use a framework that targets the bio, psycho, and social, which means we help clients re-understand the biology. How does their body work? Can they expect and what can they achieve? The psychology. So we have a great referral network if you need further services. We also can help you with mindfulness or just understanding how important it is that we take care of our mental health and there's no stigmas around that.
Mhm.
And then the social is getting together with communities, building communities around us. For some of us, actually having a community of friends can increase our pain and cause us to be more stressed out. So we really dig into how to meet somebody wherever they're at and help them find support in all three of those areas while we work on the fitness. The exciting thing about this for correctional programming and institutionalized individuals is that just like our society is aging, people in the prison system are also aging. And
Mhm.
all of the aging people that we're seeing are facing a lot of changes in life, whether it's reintegration into society or they're looking for that second type of job that they can have later in life. And society is not very friendly to that. So we really want to help make an impact where they feel a lot more empowered, not only in their body, but in what they're capable of and what they can do beyond where they have been.
I love that. I love that focus. Giving people a pass that if someone's gone and entered into the corrective system, into the prison system, and they has quote unquote paid the debt to society, being able to create those resources so that that person can leave and successfully reintegrate, which is the goal of release. It's not that, hey, we're gonna send you out and then we'll see you again in 3 months. It's hey, go out and stay out and stay out of trouble and stay on the straight and narrow. And giving some of those resources are so huge. And I love the fact that you've got to focus on making sure that there is the mental health and meeting someone where they're at. It's so easy. I'm guilty of this too, to find that mental voice that's unkind from time to time to yourself. Usually we're our own worst critic. And so being able to give some people some skill set, you hit it on the head earlier. You do that 20 minutes, 40 minutes of a successful workout. It energizes you. It creates more focus and all of that. But you can also start to, I'm imagining, combat some of that mental terrorism that we play on ourselves.
Yeah, absolutely. And I think sometimes we really are just helping people to feel empowered that their bodies can do this. Not everyone has realized the power behind moving their body. They don't feel like they can do it safely or they know how to do it or it doesn't feel good or work for them. So we take a really individual approach. And even in group settings, we spend 45 to 90 minutes with each individual on a motivational interview to really understand what drives them, what's holding them back, what are their pain points, and how do we bake that into what we do?
Oh, that's amazing. So there's essentially, for lack of a better term on my part, almost a customized care plan for everyone who comes in and starts partnering and working with a new fit. Hey, here's Ian. This is what we're going to do for you to make sure you stay on target and on track.
Yeah, and I think that's one of the biggest things missing from my research on reintegration is that some people are doing it, but it's hard when you're dealing with people at scale. And so we really want to be able to provide that at scale to people who can come out of a correctional facility and have the opportunity to thrive with the right support around them.
I love that. That's such an impactful mission and focus and an opportunity that is going to make that difference. Um, so if people wanted to get a hold of you, Jennifer, and learn more about a new, to get involved, to partner up with the organization or potentially become a client of the organization, what's the best way for people to get a hold?
Sure. So the email you can reach us at is info, info at aneufit.com. And aneufit is spelled ANEUSIT. You can also call us anytime at 617-681-4776. And to go over the different populations we serve, we're actually known as aneufit and Groundations and soon something else. But aneufit works out of a private luxury gym in the Back Bay of Boston. And we also do virtual training. So we can work with anybody who's interested in those services. They are out of pocket paid services. Groundations focuses more on people who haven't moved in a long time and are looking really for movement reactivation. Maybe getting out of a chair is tough, accessing the ground is impossible. And then soon we're excited to be targeting correctional programming, and we will come up with a great name for that.
That's awesome. And so in the show notes, we'll have both that phone number as well as the website so that you can go there and learn more about aneufit. If you're interested in learning more about Richardson and Richardson, you can visit our website, r&r.consulting. There you can find other episodes of W.I.N, blogs, white papers, and case studies around the tools and organizations that we've helped create an impact in that you could use in your own organization, as well as view any of our on-demand webcasts and webinars. Jennifer, I really appreciate you taking the time today to come on to W.I.N and share your story and share about the impact that you and the aneufit team are making in that greater Boston area and beyond.
Ian, thank you so much. It's been really fun to partner with you and Richardson and have this opportunity, get to know your story a little more. And I really appreciate this conversation.
Oh, it's our privilege and our pleasure. Thanks again for coming on. Until next time, take it easy.
You've been listening to W.I.N with Richardson Richardson. What's important now? We're so glad you've joined us and know you're one step closer to winning big in your business too. We'd love to connect with you outside of the show. If you have any questions or comments, please reach out to connect@rnr.consulting. Don't forget to rate, review, and subscribe to the podcast so you'll easily know when new episodes are available. Until next time, you can win, and we're here to help.